Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, I'll be showing you guys the Paleocontact JPK-43. This is an auto rifle you can purchase from the Dead Orbit vendor in the tower. This will cost you 150 legendary marks, and you do have to be at least rank 3 in Dead Orbit. Anyway, I do have a different Paleocontact, so I will be quickly going over what perks are on this thing. So for my sights, I run red dot aura. Moving on to hip fire, this weapon has bonus accuracy while firing from the hip. In the middle, we have speed reload. Hand laid stock, increased stability, reduced range, and reinforced barrel, increased range, reduced stability. I personally go with hand laid stock, and sometimes I will switch it up to reinforced barrel, but I really like that stability. It is maxed out on this weapon. And hidden hand, this weapon gains better target acquisition, so not bad perks, also not great perks, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, before we get into it, I do want to mention this is a pretty high rate of fire auto rifle, not the highest, not like the Doctrine or anything, but this can be compared to the Zalo Supercell or Monte Carlo. Anyway, let's take a look at the aesthetics. Alright, let's just get right into the gameplay. So, Paleocontact versus the Ultra Knife for the DPS test. It took me 86 shots to put him down, having to reload twice, each reload clocking in a little over 2 seconds long, each headshot dealing 379 damage, and it took me 13.2 seconds to kill him. Alright, I guess that's not too bad. Anyway, we're moving right along into PvP, and Paleocontact will deal 20 damage to the head and 16 damage to the body, but of course this does depend on what range you're at. If you're too far away, you will definitely not get these numbers. This is an auto rifle, and it is not meant for long range combat. At any type of distance with this thing, you will see a damage drop off. Anyway, it'll take 10 to 11 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are headshots, depending on your enemy's armor, or it'll take 13 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are body shots. What is the time to kill on Paleocontact? Well, let's say it takes 10 headshots to put somebody down and you land all your shots to the head. Well, then it'll take 0.9 seconds. So under a second, that's pretty damn decent, and you certainly do have some melting potential with this auto rifle. And that is the real reason I go with hand laid stock. It is very important to stick to your enemy's head, and of course having a more stable gun will make your life a little bit easier while using this higher rate of fire auto. If you are in a 1v1 battle with somebody and you're using Paleocontact, you do not want to miss any shots. It can definitely be the difference between life and death, and of course you're always going to want to get the upper hand and get the first shot off if possible while using this weapon, just to be safe. Chances are when you are in a gunfight, you are going to miss a few shots here and there. It's just inevitable. So I would always recommend stability on a auto rifle like this. Whatever helps you lock onto your enemy to put them down as quick as possible. Also, I have hidden hand on my Paleocontact, and that probably helped a little bit with locking on my enemies as well. And hip fire is the last perk I'm going to go over on this thing. Did not really utilize this. I was not going to go out of my way to hip fire enemies. Just absolutely no reason for that. I didn't even really find situations where I found myself hip firing. So I'm just not a big fan of this perk, personally, at least on auto rifles. Anyway, leave in the comments and let me know, guys, do you have a Paleocontact? And if you do, what perks are on yours? Did you buy yours from the vendor? And speaking of the vendor, if you guys were interested, the vendor perks on Paleocontact come with hip fire, Icarus, and in the middle tree you got perfect balance and reinforced barrel if you want that extra range. But of course I would recommend perfect balance for that added stability. Overall, I did have a good time with Paleocontact. I did have some struggles with it. Going against the meta was quite a challenge using Paleocontact with everybody running around with last words. Just not too fun in those situations. I really did have to try and outplay my enemies in pretty much every single encounter. But despite all of this, I still managed to have a good time with it and to get some kills with it in the Crucible. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave a sub if you haven't already if you want to see more weapon reviews similar to this one. I'm always covering weapons here in Destiny. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time.